Good morning everybody, Ash here with an update. It is 7:25 a.m. on Monday morning, the 2nd of May, and I'm down here at the storage shed, and I've had a little bit of an issue with the bearings in the rig. Now I'm going to tell you about it. It's been fixed. Now what actually happened was this bearing down in here, there was just one bearing and it had totally disintegrated because of all the weight. So I took it all apart, realised it was way above my pay grade, and so I borrowed T-Man's trailer and his vehicle, and I took it back to Trisled where Ben fixed it for me. So basically what he's done now is he's put 2 or 3 bearings here inside and another 2 or 3 over in there where the roll-off is chain goes to that cog there. So hopefully that fixes that problem. Why it was just this bearing on this side and none of the other ones, all the other ones seem to be okay at the moment. Ben does say that eventually they will need to be replaced. I'm guesstimating that the reason they went on this side is because that's the drive wheel. That's the only thing I can come up with, because the weight on these 2 tyres, or these 2 wheels I should say, is exactly the same. There's no difference at all. There's nothing else on this side down near this area that would cause it to add an extra weight there. I do carry a tiny bit of water in that water tank that you've seen before down in the back, but when I'm mobile, yeah, it's a tiny bit, and when I'm stopped I actually physically take it out, go and fill it up and do my cooking and have the shower, and then if I'm going the next day I empty it out, and I only leave about 1 litre or 2 litres in there just so I can fill up the water bottle. So that is where that's at. Now I don't know if I've shown you this trailer here before, guys, but I mean the kids trailer with the new sides on it. This is polycarbonate, which is the same as the semi. Now I haven't put anything on there yet, the vehicle wrap or anything yet. I haven't actually really tested it in the pouring rain yet. These material things that you see here are a bugger, mate. They just disintegrate very quickly. But I like the fact, sorry, it's got all my washing in there at the moment. I'm just heading into Lang Lang. They've got a laundromat down there, so I'm going to do my washing, go and do a bunch of shopping, and then I'm going to come back to the storage shed. I'm going to jump back in the rig, and I'm going to go and practice some drone moves, either down at the raceway at Nyora, or I may go down to Granville. Really not sure, but the weather's not great. So anyway, back to this kids trailer. I like the seat configuration in there because my son is still small enough that I can take him in this. And you see it up here. This trailer here is the very first trailer I had that I was living out when I was riding around the country on my Merida mountain bike. And that's good. That's just the air tent. I was using that recently with camping trip with my son down at Lang Lang Foreshore Caravan Park. Had a great weekend there, a long weekend, and we stayed in that. So that's just there. Anyway, I can connect this trailer up to the back of this kids trailer. I have put a little wing nut thing with a bolt through, and that trailer back there has a hole in the bottom of a flange that fits in there as well. So I've tested it, it works really well, and I'll just take you around here and show you this other thing I've done. So when I want to take the quad by itself, well, when I say by itself, I mean with the kids trailer configuration and maybe that other trailer that I just showed you as well, because it's lighter, and you know there are some places I want to get to that I will not ride on the road for reasons that I've told you about before, but with the kids trailer and the other trailer connected to that, I can navigate through the bike paths and the rail trails. I may have to get off and, you know, pick things up and pull them around, but I can do it. I haven't tried it yet. I've done it with the quad by itself, and I do need to pick the back of the quad up, so I'm assuming I would need to do the same with the trailers as well. But look, that's, you know, because the bloody shitty council are not going to release any keys for whatever reasons they think that's okay. It's not okay, guys. You're a fucking bunch of cunts. But anyway, there I've put another attachment point there for the kids trailer. I just got that on Cycle Station, I think it was, or some other place where they actually make those the kids trailers. Some of the ends, the diameters of those ends are different, so you need to make sure if you're going to do something like that, you need to make sure you get the right diameter trailer coupling attachment, like I've done there. So all I've done is I've drilled 2 holes into this frame here, and I've used self-tapping screws, quite long ones, so they bite well, and that works a treat. I've already tried it, so haven't camped out of it yet, but I will soon. So those are the updates for those things. I'm going to come back today, possibly, and do a vinyl wrap on here if I have time, but what I really want to practice is more of this drone stuff, because I will be going to Fiji soon. At the end of this month, I've got a bunch of dental appointments coming up, 3 sessions. I've waited 6 years for these dental appointments, and I don't want to put them off. They need to be done. And then once that's done, Rob Denney, who's doing the Harry Proa cargo ferry prototype, I'd say he's already over there now. He just got over there, haven't heard from him yet. And that will give him time to get set up, accommodation wise, and we'll know a bit better then on what's happening. And I'll be over there for about 28 days, 30 days, helping him out, and I want to get my drone stuff up to speed before I get over there, because I want to sort of help him put the best foot forward for them possible. I mean, not, you know, without going too polished, you know, keep it in the grain, I say, kind of thing. I don't want to go too polished, but I want to get things a little bit better before I go over there, because Rob stated that he would love to get some filming done and stuff like that, and he was amenable to me uploading, filming, shooting and uploading a bunch of stuff on my own channel. So there's a bit of a hiccup there though, guys. It has to do with a government entity that is assisting in a gazillion ways, and unfortunately at this point they have stated that they do not want any filming or social media uploads whatsoever about this cargo ferry project, which, you know, it is what it is. You can piss and moan all you like. Look, regardless whether I can film there or not, you know, I'm still going to go over there and help. It just would be a lot better if, you know, I was able to show you some of the stuff that I'm doing over there with Rob and the project. But anyway, look, I can always film it. Don't upload it if they haven't, you know, yielded to being amenable to some social media coverage about it. Then, you know, I've made the videos, and then maybe down the track they will be okay with it, and then I can release the videos. But, you know, I'll be able to take some little bits of footage, maybe not of the project at this stage, but there, you know, they're going to be days that I have off, like Saturday, Sunday, whatever. So I will cruise around and do some footage then. And yeah, so the plan is today, heading into Lang Lang, do my washing. These things, you know, they jumped out of the bag today and said, wash me. They're about 2 weeks worth of smelly everything in there, so that's got to be done. And I'm going to do some shopping and then come back and do some drone stuff. I have purchased the for the water catchment system. I've purchased the required things I need for that, and I forgot one thing, one very important thing, which is a thing to come into here. So let's say you drill a hole through here, you do your silicon channeling or whatever channeling you're going to do to come feed into this whole area here. I forgot to get a little, like a, I don't know what you call it, a plug that sits on the outside almost, if you like, and then you Sikaflex all that, and then on the inside you have the tube coming into it and then traveling down into the water tank with this $2.50 little tap or whatever it is from Bunnings. Thank you, Bunnings. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go and zoom into Lang Lang and do a few things and then come back and drone it up. Ooh, how exciting. Alright guys, see you in a minute. Ciao for now. Hey guys, I wanted to show you this storage facility. It's been broken into, and they've used a grinder, and they've come in, and there's also some proof of grinding marks there. Now I've just noticed it, and I rang the real estate agency, Alex Scott, and they already knew about it and hadn't informed me. I found out because I found out these broken locks down there, and these people have come in, grinded off 2 other locks in the facility, had a rummage around, apparently couldn't find what they were looking for, whatever that is. I hope it wasn't my stuff. I think I might have shot myself in the foot here, and with my uploads and everything, I may have inadvertently told people where my stuff was, so I'm having a fucking anxiety attack now. Luckily the rig, nothing was taken out of my stuff. I was at T-Man's house for well over nearly 2 weeks while this quad was being fixed, the bearings and the shaft, which had been worn away by the lack of the bearing in there. And I'd ridden it from Granville back here, and that was long enough to do some damage to the shaft there pretty badly. So Ben fixed that up. I think he did some welds over where it was worn away, and then machined it back or linished it back or whatever. Anyway, I've got a big truck coming, so I'll get back to you about this nonsense in a minute. Yeah guys, a continuation of what I was telling you before with the break-in at the storage facility. Yeah, it's causing me quite a bit of anxiety, enough anxiety that that I've been ringing around trying to find a new place where I can take my stuff, because the shed that these guys broke into were a mirror image of the area where my sheds are in, but around the other side. So anyway, cut a long story short, there's a guy that lives over the other side of one side of the storage facility, and he's there all the time, and he's going to keep a super good lookout. The real estate agent has told me that they were thinking of doing CCTV anyway, and now that this might expedite things, and I certainly hope so, because you know, if someone steals my stuff, that's it. You know, that's my home. It's not just some hobby that I'm doing here. So anyway, I rang around 10 different places in, you know, not just around sort of Gippsland area, but quite a fair way away, as far away as Inverloch, you know, and everything in between, Cooey Rup, and everything is totally full. There's nothing spare at all. I've been put on a waiting list for some places, but you know, it's one of those things now that I'm thinking, wow, you know, I was at T-Man's house for nearly 2 weeks, and these people have come there during that time when I wasn't around, and even though the prime mover section was gone, I mean, that's the cheap part. The expensive part is this part here, and all the tech in there. So I wouldn't want to lose that, and that was still there for obvious reasons, because that wasn't broken, so I didn't, take it to Ben's at Trisled. Anyway, bloody hell, I've got this trip coming up to Fiji. I'm going to be gone for a month, and these, the new owners, it's just been sold, so they really need to upgrade their facility and put CCTV in there. So, that's going to possibly cancel out 90% of the douchebags that might be wanting to come in there and pilfer the place. I have nowhere else to go, guys. There is anywhere within, QE of where I am right now where I can take my stuff. And it's a freaking pain in the ass as well, and look, I think I've shot myself in the foot there, because I've been uploading and telling people where I am and what storage facility it is. So big lesson learnt there, Dave, Cybertrek man. Yeah, you did warn me about that sort of thing earlier on, not giving away positions of where you are until you're well out of there, because the more subscribers that you get, there's more chance of people coming down and where you are, and you might, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I've, from now until I leave for Fiji, I'm just going to be living in the Rigsy, full on. I won't be ever leaving it back at the storage shed going forward until this trip to Fiji happens, which I mentioned before. There's some sort of weird stuff going on there. I can't even tell you what's exactly going on, because I just don't know. But anyway, at this stage, the brakes have been put on like really badly about doing any filming whatsoever over there in any way, shape or form at this stage in regards to this Harry Proa cargo ferry prototype thing, because there are certain government entities that are involved. There were certain grants associated with this project, and for whatever reason they will, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I'm not a Fijian, and I'm certainly not within their governmental system, so I have no idea where their mindset is in regards to that, other than to say it's going to be really difficult for me to go over there and help out and not do any, up editing or filming or anything like that. It's freaking pain in the ass. But anyway, we'll see how we go. I'm still going to go over there and help, because part of me a man of my word, or at least try to be. And on days that I have off, I'll run around and see some of the sites and whatever. I won't have my bike there, guys, for obvious reasons. I'm going over there to work and help out. I'm not going over there to ride around. Apparently there's accommodation for me for anyone that goes over and helps with the project. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Couldn't find a storage shed, and it looks like I'm sort of kind of stuck here, and pros and cons, because I really like the situation where I am here. The rail trail's right there, even though I can't ride really the Rigsy down there, but I can ride the Magnum with the camping trailers and stuff. That's not a problem. And now I've got the hooky thing, extra coupling system on Rigsy, that I can hook stuff up on there. Ben from Trisled is putting together a roof framing system for the Greenspeed Magnum, because I'm going to do solar panels and everything similar to on, where's my hand? Yeah, similar to on the Rigsy, but obviously in a much smaller configuration. Yes, it just makes sense that, when I'm zooming from here down to see my son, there's a couple of times where I got completely wet, like just absolutely drenched, and I was freezing cold. The police even gave me an escort for a while. That's how bad the rain was. for nearly a kilometre. They sat behind me with their lights on to let the other traffic behind know that they should go slow, and that's, I tip my hat to you guys. Thank you so much. If you ever watch these videos, I really appreciate that you did that. And yeah, so I mean, if you're going to have a roof on a bike, why not make it solar? I mean, it's just, you know, why would you do anything other than that? This makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, prattling on a bit. I don't think I'm going to get to do any droning here today, but I'll do it tomorrow. You know, 3/4 of the day had already gone by the time I'd ridden into Lang Lang, did my washing, dried it in the dryer, did all my shopping, and then rode all the way back. My match fitness is shite at the moment. I'm a little bit knackered. I've been living La Vida Loca at T-Man's house every day, eating good food because he's a chef, and you know, I've put on a few kilos since I've been there, and was sleeping in a normal bed, and you know, everything was nice. Too nice, mate. You know, I shouldn't do those things too often. Anyway, he's a good mate, and I very appreciate the fact that he did that and allowed me to stay there, which is great. So yeah, so tomorrow I'll do some droning. I've been thinking, just quickly, I've been thinking of a way where I can hopefully monetize some of this channel and give you guys a way to help me achieve some of these projects that I want to do about traveling around. The projects to go overseas, Fiji is just one of them, but I'm going there to help someone, so I won't be taking a bike. But when I eventually go overseas, I want to do Indonesia and possibly the Philippines. I want to take the Green Speed Magnum with the solar panel roof and one single trailer. Whether or not I take my trailer or I just buy one over there or have it sent over there, because you know, it's a bit bulky, it might cost a lot of money to have it flown over, etc. Might just be cheaper to buy one over there and then at the end of it just give it away to someone. Those sort of trips will be a month at a time. I'll do 1 month in, 1 month back, because I want to see my son, and so that's kind of where it is. So instead of having a Patreon account or some other pressure cooker system where you have to release a certain amount of videos per week, I think it's 1 minimum for Patreon to remain a member of their system. I don't like any sort of pressure cooker thing like that. I mean, there's some weeks where I just can't do an upload, and I don't want to have a backlog of uploads like the yachties do when they're outside of Wi-Fi areas and stuff like that. I want my uploads to be current and in the moment. So you know, at the end of the day, I like to do uploads every day when I can, because it keeps me focused and accountable to me. And as a bonus, you guys get to see that very fresh, very, you know, shooting from the hip kind of stuff. I love that, you know. So what does that mean going forward? It means exactly this. I can't do Patreon for obvious reasons, but I want to give back something in return, and I'm a graphic artist and a screen printer by trade, so it would be silly of me not to bring out some merch, right? Some t-shirts and some other things like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And if you feel you like the designs, it's my artwork, real artwork. It's fluid art. The first one is a fluid art design with off-grid on the front and Mojo on the back. I specialize in all over printing, so that's exactly what it'll be. If you want to help support me, guys, in these overseas sojourns and even locally, it does cost money to, you know, keep my bike up to speed and upgrading equipment, photography equipment, video equipment, etc. I'd be tickled pink, guys, if you know, I mean, don't buy a t-shirt if you're not going to wear it, you know. I don't expect you to buy something if you're not going to wear it. If you don't like the design, don't buy it. It's as simple as that. But if you like the design, and you know, off-grid Mojo, it could mean anything, couldn't it? Anyway, I'd appreciate it. And by golly, you'll look bloody cool in one of them anyway. All right, guys. I'll add the design, the mock-up from a model in this upload, and I'll also attach a link to the shop where you can buy this shirt. It's a friend in LA that's sublimating these for me. So if you order one, it comes from LA, but don't worry, they don't take too long. I don't have a sublimation machine myself. That's why I get this guy in LA to do it for me. And it just makes sense because I'm traveling around so much now. I don't know where I'm going to be for me to print them myself and then airbrush them, because that's what I would normally do. It's just not going to work out like that this time. So anyway, without any further ado, I'll add those images now, and if you like them, the link's below. Please feel free to buy one. The various sizes, various colours, and I'll bring a few designs out here and there throughout the year as we go. All right, thanks guys.